questions.
A lot of credit to St. Francis tonight. Glenn does a terrific job with their team. You know, a bunch of scrappy, tough guys, and they're going to win a lot of games before the year is over. I know they're 0-3, but they've played some tough games. And you know, we didn't have our A game tonight. I don't think anybody would question that statement. But we found a way to win, and that's part of learning as a team. That's part of growing as a team. And we made some plays down the stretch that we had to. So I'm proud of that. I think we have to use some of the things we didn't do well tonight to learn and hopefully learn to execute down the stretch a little bit better moving forward. So, you know, it's been a long week for us, all the way out to the West Coast, hard-fought, tough game, all the way back, and playing an early game on Saturday. And I don't like to make excuses, and I'm not making excuses, but it's been a long week, and we found a way to go 1-1, and you know, that was the worst-case scenario for us. So. I'm pleased about that, and you know, hopefully we can get a little rest here and get ready for a very good Florida Atlantic team on Tuesday.
How important was it to get a win like that, coming off of a very tough defeat against Oregon State?
You know, really tough. It was really important for us. You know, it was evident tonight. We just didn't really have our legs. We weren't really clicking. I mean, I've been doing this 14 years. I don't know if I've ever seen so many missed, you know, easy shots around the basket where, you know, what we continue to do is put pressure on our defense. You know, instead of, you know, going up 5, 7, 9, and a layup here, a layup there, 2 free throws here, we just kept putting pressure on our defense. And, you know, it was one of those nights. The ball wasn't going in the basket for us.
Do you think the offensive rebounding struggles were a matter of legs, or is it something else?
You know, maybe, Jerry, a little bit, and we were playing a smaller lineup a little bit, and sometimes we had 4 guards in the game, and ultimately that we were struggling getting some offensive rebounds. And, you know, the ball just wasn't bouncing our way. And you know, we found a way again. You know, I give, you know, Mike a lot of credit for making some plays at the end, give Nat a lot of credit for 13 rebounds. That was really the big key, getting 9 defensive rebounds tonight.
Coach, they only scored 2 points in the last 6 minutes. Talk about the defense and the big block down the stretch.
Yeah, I thought our defense got really improved. You know, a lot of credit to a couple guys off the bench. Steve McConey came in and gave us a couple really good minutes in the post, and we went to some zone, and it really actually worked pretty well for us. So we found a way to win. I'm not, you know, as a coach, most of you know me, I'm not super pleased, but certainly happy that we found a way to win.
Coach, what did you see from Shemai McClendon coming down the stretch, especially with those 3 offensive rebounds?
Yeah, big offensive rebounds, and you know, a tough shot, and then obviously 2 free throws, and he's continued to do that. He's done that since he got here, so obviously proud of him. And he, you know, he was on the bench for a little while, so he came off and really gave us a nice lift.
Nat, when you were limping with about 90 seconds left, it looked like you weren't even going to make it back to the huddle, and then you're back out on the court after the timeout. What was going through your mind during that stretch?
I just knew I had to like shake it off, and my team needed me out there to finish the game, so that's what came to my head.
Mike, did you kind of feel like you take it upon yourself? You got real aggressive there in about the second half, in the last 10 minutes, a lot of driving, a lot of creating, a lot of slash. Did you feel the struggles you guys were having on the boards, you needed to make some things happen in order to win the game?
Definitely, you know, coach, you know, he looks to me as, you know, as like one of the leaders on the court. So when it's crunch time, I feel like I need to make a couple plays, and my teammates put me in a good position to do so.
Coach, at the end of the game, you left Dwan in as the point guard. What did he show you that made you confident with him to run the team down the final stretch?
You know, I thought he was doing a good job pushing the ball, and I thought he could get by his guy and hopefully drop it off. You know, again, he got by his guy a few times. We just, you know, we couldn't execute that pass tonight. We just, you know, every loose ball was kind of tipped. Every time I thought we had a layup, we didn't. And, you know, I've got to give a lot of credit to St. Francis, and that's why I left him in the game, and I thought he was doing some good stuff for us defensively in that top of that zone.
How valuable has Dwan been emotionally the last couple of games? He really got the guys going against Oregon State, and then today he drew the flagrant in the first half. He just seems to be a guy whose energy, the guys can feed off it.
Yeah, I like our bench, Jerry. I think, you know, I think we've got some good pieces coming off the bench. You got some scoring in Shemai, got some size in Steven, and some energy in Dwan. And I think any coach would be happy with those three characteristics coming off the bench. So certainly pleased with his effort. And you know, he was even a little frustrated tonight. He had a lot of close plays that just didn't quite go in. So it was top to bottom today.
Coach, you end up taking 23 more free throws than them. They take almost half the shots from beyond the arc. Was that a point of emphasis going in to get inside and also to force them on the perimeter?
Yeah, it was. You know, and I'll tell you, they made a couple tough threes. You know, we had that loose ball in front of our bench there, and the kid hits a tough 3. They hit a tough 3 in transition. Really, you take those 2 away, and they're you know, they get 5 threes. We felt if we kept them under 10 threes, we thought we would win. We didn't think they could make enough 2s to beat us.
Mike, do you think your shot you hit with the shot clock running down, flat-footed, you think that was maybe the biggest shot of the game? Because the shot clock was running down, and and stole some momentum back for you guys?
I think it was a good shot. It was a key shot in the game. But I think the momentum changed when DeJuan, I think we were down 2 points. I just felt like the energy shifted when he drew the jump ball. So it was on the defensive end that really, motivated us to go out that way.
Coach Shemai, only 4 shots, none in the first half in 27 minutes. You like to see him get more involved in the offense?
Yeah, I think when we're not really a good team offensively right now. We're trying to score in the first pass. We're a little impatient. I think the biggest evidence of that is we only had 6 assists tonight. We're not going to win a lot of games playing like that. We're just a little rushed. We don't quite trust what we're doing yet. And if we get some shots out of the context of the offense, and these 2 guys included, we're going to be really good. And Shemai is one of those guys that really needs to do that. And tonight, he just could never really get going that way. But we never really made them defend enough the way I wanted to.
Mo, as you know, it's been a tough week for the CAA. Did you use that as a motivational fodder for the guys? And some teams that should have won have lost, and maybe we can establish ourselves as a team that's going to be better than people expect by just winning games that we're expected to win?
Well, we've talked about it. We try not to talk about it too much. Mike was sending me messages late last night saying, looking at the CAA score, saying, "Hey, coach, we can win this thing, and we can do this." And not the way we played today, but we can certainly compete. I think this time, my dad's here, and we've been watching college basketball for 3 or 4 days, and there's so much parity in college basketball now, and there's so many good teams. And let me tell you something, that's a good team. That's a good 0-3 team right there. They're going to win a bunch of games in their league. They took Seton Hall to the right down to the wire, and they Seton Hall beat up VCU, who's very good in our league. So to answer your question, yeah, I think we've used it a little bit, but at the end of the day, we got to concentrate on us now, and we got to start to take the next step. We have a very good team in Florida Atlantic coming in here on Tuesday.
Mike and Matt, now that you guys have got a few games on your belt this year with Charles going, you starting to feel more comfortable with that leadership role?
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. Like we had to, we're good players as well, so we adapt, and I think it's going to start clicking better over the games.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time to make adjusted to being on court without Charles and finding our niche and what we need to do to make the team better.
Any more questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Joe.
You too, man. See you Tuesday.
Have a good dinner, relax.
I love this, this game.